Hi, this is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits. Thank you for joining me for another What's for Dinner. Today I'm going to be showing you a few easy peasy weeknight meals that are virtually effortless. The first meal I'm going to show you is lemon, butter, garlic, shrimp, baked in the oven. So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And then I'll show you what goes into it. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 to 1.5 pounds of large shrimp peeled and deveined, a 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to melt this, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, which is about 3 cloves, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 1/8 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes or more if you like things a little spicy, also salt and pepper to taste, and 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. So I went ahead and melted my butter in the microwave, and I'm stirring it up to make sure that it's all together and melted. After this, I'm going to add my garlic. And just give that a stir. Then I'm going to add my lemon juice. Give that a stir. My salt and pepper and red pepper flakes. And now my parsley. Now to this, I'm going to add my shrimp. And these are peeled and deveined with the tails on. I'm going to need a better spoon, so stand by 1 second. So I'm going to toss this all together to make sure all the shrimp are coated. And then I'm going to pour all of this shrimp, that's my oven, it's up to temperature. Now I'm going to pour all of this shrimp into an oven-safe baking dish. And make sure you get all the yumminess from the garlic and all the seasonings out of your mixing bowl and into your dish so that everything gets coated. Spread it out. Okay guys, this is going to go into your oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake it from anywhere from 9 to 13 minutes until the shrimp is pink and cooked all the way through. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Oh my goodness. Can we just take a minute to appreciate the beauty of this dish and how easy and simple it was to prepare? Lord, this, I can't even wait to eat this. It's very similar to a shrimp scampi, but it's in the oven and it's like super, super simple. Wow. I wish you guys could smell this. Okay, and here's my plate, all plated up and ready to eat. Tonight I'm serving it over brown rice because I had some left over from meal prep in my fridge. You could also double the shrimp recipe and double the butter and all the ingredients and serve it over pasta. You could do angel hair, spaghetti, fettuccine, penne, fusilli, any kind of pasta that you have would be wonderful. Also, you could keep it low carb and do it over cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles. That would also be great. But tonight we're doing it over rice. And guys, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good, and it already tastes good because I tried it before I started filming. And wow, very easy, very simple. This whole recipe took about 15 minutes to make. Let me know if you tried it. Comment below. The next meal I'm going to be making is Mississippi pot roast in my crock pot. Guys, this meal cannot get any easier to make. You just dump all of this stuff in the crock pot in the morning. It cooks for 8 hours. You can get your stuff done during the day. You can go to work. You can do whatever you have to do. The house will be smelling good. And at the end of the day, your meal cooks itself. And this one's great, especially for a cold day. It's comfort food. So this is what you're gonna need for that. You're gonna need a 2 to 4 pound chuck roast. This one is 3 pounds, I bought it at Aldi. You're gonna need a packet of either brown gravy or au jus, whatever you can find in the store, au jus or brown gravy, either one will work. You're gonna need a packet of ranch dip. You're gonna need a stick of butter. And you're gonna need a half of a large bottle of pepperoncini. I use half the bottle for juice, but the actual peppers itself, you're only gonna put about 5 or 6 peppers on top of your roast. If you like it spicier, I would, add more, add less. It depends on your taste. This is a totally to taste spice control, so that's what's good about this recipe. And in here, I just have some leftover chunks of butter that I used from a previous recipe, so I'm gonna start out with this, and then I'll probably half this one. So you need a full stick of butter for this recipe. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the crock pot. Okay, so I went ahead and added my roast to the pot. And over top of it, I'm going to add my packet of ranch dip. And you just pour it right over it. My packet of brown gravy. Now guys, you don't need to add any extra salt to this because this is salty enough. And as it cooks, the flavors are going to, mellow out a little bit, so it won't taste that salty. Your full stick of butter. This helps tenderize the meat and it adds so much flavor. And then time for the pepperoncinis. Whoops. There we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my peppers right over the top of my meat. So, like I said, this is a to taste. And you might be thinking, woo, I don't like spicy food. Well, let me tell you, this is not spicy when it's done. It has this just awesome, amazing flavor. If you haven't tried Mississippi pot roast yet, I suggest that you try this recipe because it is phenomenal. So what I usually do is I do add a little bit of the cooking juice from the jar. And since I already used half this jar, I'm just gonna use the other half. You can tell I like to make this a lot. And then I'm gonna add a few of the peppers around it because I love the taste of the peppers. So you know what, I'm gonna use the whole jar. Honestly, I love this recipe. It's one of my favorites. So we're just gonna pour all of that in there. And then what we do, sometimes I like to add a little water. So I'm only gonna put, I don't know, maybe an inch or two of water on the bottom of the jar, and I'm gonna pour that around it. You don't have to worry about putting any water over the roast because as the butter melts, it's going to coat that roast and tenderize it, and it's going to be so good. Then we put the lid on and set it for 8 hours, and we're good to go. So if you're gonna use a bigger roast, you can actually use a huge roast. You can fill your crock pot. If you're gonna double it, just double the recipe, double the packets of seasonings, double the amount of peppers, double the amount of butter. It's very easy to double. And then if you're gonna have anything bigger than a 3 or 4 pound roast, I would suggest cooking it for 10 hours. And here's the finished product. I served it with mashed potatoes and I put the gravy over it. It was so good. Right now I'm going to be making a simple side salad, or you can actually have this as a meal, a very light meal with a piece of bread or something like that, garlic bread. For this, I'm going to be using an English cucumber. I might use half of this. I have to play it by ear to see how it goes. Some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, and we're just going to have these. A half to a whole small red onion. We're going to use a can of chickpeas drained. And I'm gonna use a splash or so of this roasted garlic red wine vinegar. I'm gonna season my salad with Italian seasoning and just a little bit of this garlic salt. Guys, I just wanted to mention that this is the kind of salad that the longer it sits in the fridge, the better the flavor is, because it gets to marinate with the vinegar and the seasonings and everything else, and the onion flavor goes throughout. I only use a little bit of onion because I don't like biting into raw onion myself. That's just me. But if you like onion, add more onion. But I added just enough so that the flavor can get together into my salad. And this is just a great light side dish or a meal, like I said, with some garlic bread. So I hope you enjoy it. Guys, I just want to take a minute to thank those of you who have already subscribed to my channel. And for those of you who haven't, please click that subscribe button below. Comment and tell me if you've made any of my recipes and how you like them. And also, if you have any ideas for me and you'd like to see something cooked on my channel, leave that below too, and I will see if I can find a recipe and make it for you. So anyway, thank you again for joining me. I'm having so much fun doing this, and if you could share the video, I'd really appreciate that. It would help me out so much, and I hope everyone has a great holiday. Thank you again for joining me and subscribing. It means so much. Have a great day. Bye.